Oh! Welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Ladies and gentlemen, we're clocking in today with the Overkill Watchlist. These are going to be the top stocks and cryptocurrencies that we are watching for next week. We got the watch list pulled up right here. So this is going to be every single name we're looking at buying or taking a position on next week. We're going to cover my entire portfolio, every position that I am currently holding, potentially looking to add more, and then obviously the rest of the stocks that we are looking for entries on here using our strategy. So if you guys are new to this channel, we are swing traders here. Okay, we use a very specific strategy. And we focus on a monthly and a daily chart. Okay, we are not day trading here. Day trading, you're setting yourself up for failure if you're trying to be a day trader. Okay, 97% of people fail at day trading, so we take a different approach here. We're swing traders, and what we do is we focus on a 1 to 6 month time frame. So every single trade we take here is for 1 to 6 months out. Okay, that means we're buying and holding for at least 1 to 6 months. Okay, we enter and exit our positions using the trading indicator. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. When I talk about the red and green dots, I'm going to be talking about these signals right here. Okay, the green dot means, hey, this is a potential bottom, we're going up. The red dot means we're going down. So we have a very specific strategy that we follow when it comes to these signals. So the first thing in the buying strategy, you can see the buying strategy is laid out right here. And again, guys, I like to cover this at the beginning of every video just so if someone new is watching it or if you're, tuning in and you've been around for a minute, it's just a good refresher. If you don't have a plan and you're trading, you're going to fail. Okay, you're playing darts blindfolded if you guys don't have a strategy or a plan that you guys stick to as you're taking these positions. Ultimately, if you don't have a plan, what's going to happen is you're going to get emotional on a red day, and you're going to sell, you're going to make a bad decision, and ultimately you're going to fail, right? All of our strategy is based on three things. We call it the LDD method: logic, data, and discipline. Okay, we go by logic, data, and discipline. So rule number 4, this is the most important rule when it comes to the strategy. Okay, and I just like to use a chart of Bitcoin because I think it maps it out the easiest to explain this. What we're looking for here on rule number 4, okay, is a green dot on the monthly chart. You can see right down here, green dot on the monthly plus daily equals buy. So once again, we're focused on a monthly and a daily chart here. The first thing we want to look at is the monthly chart. If our asset has a green dot on the monthly chart, we want to be taking that position because what the monthly dot tells us is that we are going up potentially, right? Doesn't mean 100%, nothing's 100%, but if you zoom out and from the beginning of time, since all the way back here in 2015, if you guys would have bought Bitcoin on a green dot, if you're still holding, you would have made money 100% of the time if you look at it like that. But typically what it means is we're going to go up for at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Okay, so we called this green dot out in 2023 on Bitcoin at $20,000. I know I say that all the time, but this was literally called out in the Discord. Okay, Bitcoin was $17,000 to $20,000. 2 years later, it's sitting up here at 110. But you could see it had green dots along the way. This one came in October 2023 at around 30,000. This one came in November 24 at around 69,000. And this one came in May at around 93,000. So all of those, okay, made you money. So you can see right now, Bitcoin's red. So we're not interested in Bitcoin right now, guys. We're interested in altcoins like Chainlink, okay, and some of these other altcoins here that you guys are going to see inside of our watch list today. But again, the most important thing we look for is that green dot on the monthly. If the dot is not green on the monthly, 9.5 times out of 10, we are not taking the trade. So once we do have the green dot on the monthly chart, that tells us that, hey, we're going up for 1 to 6 months. Okay, we're going up for 1 to 6 months. Okay, so you can see Chainlink got one right here in July. That came at around $13 or $14. It went all the way up to 28. Okay, now that might not look like much on the chart, but that was about 110% move there off of the signal. Okay, and it went up for 1 month or 2 months, and now it's pulled back for a couple months. So this pullback is actually a good thing because that brings us to rule number 5 in the buying strategy, is that we want to buy the daily dots in the golden zones as long as the monthly dot is green. Okay, so with the monthly chart, right, the most important thing is that the dot is green. Okay, the monthly dot is green. Okay, Chainlink is green. So now what we can do is we can zoom into a smaller time frame like the daily chart, and we can look to add on the daily. Because again, if you're looking at a monthly chart, each one of these candles is 1 month, right? 30 days worth of price action. This is July, this is August, this is September. So throughout the month, there's going to be pullbacks, there's going to be dips, there's going to be things that happen, right? You can see crypto pulled back big, but we're not bearish right now because again, as long as the dot is green, we are convinced that the trend is up and going up, right? Yeah, we had a couple month pullback here, but again, that's just a pullback on the macro time frame. If you come in here to the micro time frame like the daily, we can see that now, right? Chainlink looks like a good buy here. Okay, so Chainlink's actually going to be on the favorites list today. This is our weekly watch list that we do every Friday, and I'm going to go ahead and share this, all my favorites for you guys. So we have this list, right? And we're going to go through this list, and out of all the names on here, I'm going to pick out the ones that I like the most, and I'm going to put them into this, right? Because if it's on this playlist, on our green list here, and I'll share this green list with you guys here after the stream as well. By the way, if we can get this video to 300 likes, I'll give away 10 link, which is around $180 worth of value right now. 300 likes on the video by Monday, and I will go ahead and do that giveaway to somebody in the Discord. So with that being said, like the video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. What's going on? Jeff, Bob, Kyle, Jennifer, everyone on the live. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys are having a great Friday. TGIF. I hope you guys are having an awesome Friday so far. So let me just get through the rest of this strategy real quick, just for all the new people. Again, that buy strategy is pretty simple. The thing we're looking for is that monthly green dot, and then we're looking for the daily dots to add. So again, we got the monthly dot here on Chainlink. This was back here in July. Okay, that was it again. $13, $14, $15. Let's go back to July. July was right in this area. Okay, this was July right here. Okay, this area was July. So we were buying Chainlink. I mean, we were buying Chainlink down here at like 12 because of the fib, but that's a whole different story. Okay, the green dot came on Chainlink somewhere around here. Okay, we were entering here on that green dot in August. Again, it came in July, had a pullback. Boom, green dot on the daily, and it went from 15 all the way up to around 30, which was literally like 100% trade that we capitalized on here. Okay, 85% to the top. And then I'll tell you guys about our sell strategy here. So again, a buy strategy is great, but if you don't have a sell strategy, if you don't know where you're taking profits, if you don't know when to take profits, you're not a trader, right? A sell strategy is just as important as a buy strategy. Okay, you look up the searches on YouTube. Everybody wants to see what's the best buying strategy. No one is telling you when or where to sell. And I'm going to put you guys on game right now. And for those of you that have been around, you guys probably already know. Okay, but we have two different selling strategies. Sell strategy number one, and this is probably my favorite selling strategy as a trader, as a swing trader, is sell strategy number one. What we do is we want to sell a red dot in the red zone. This strategy is for a daily chart. Okay, again, we're focused on a monthly and a daily chart here. Everything we do is based around, 90% of what we do is based around those two charts. Sometimes we look at a 4-hour chart. Sometimes we will look at a weekly chart. And again, if you guys are here on TradingView, all you got to do is click this little chart interval button, and that pops down all the time frames. So what I like to do is I like to star the time frames that I like the most. What I look at is the monthly and the daily for sure, but I also look at the weekly, the 4-hour, and the hourly sometimes. But the main ones we're focused on. If you're just a beginner, just getting started, I just want you to focus on the monthly and the daily charts. Okay, those are the two most important. So all of our strategies in the trading rules are based around those two charts. So sell strategy number one, we sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. Okay, so let me go to Chainlink, and let's go to the daily chart, the 1 day. And I'm not talking about these ones down here, guys. I'm talking about these time frames up here. They're different. Okay, so let's go to the daily, and sell strategy number one, again, is we sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. Okay, so where did the red dot in the red zone come here on Chainlink? That came back here in August. I'm sorry, that was right here around, in August. Right here, $26 to $27, $28. You got 3 red dots right in that area, right there at $25, $26. Okay, that is where we take profits. If you guys are not familiar with the red zone, it's a Fibonacci tool. Okay, this is called a Fibonacci tool. If you don't know what a Fibonacci is, I highly recommend coming over here to the Discord and taking the free. This course is completely free. Okay, you guys can watch this completely free. I know a lot of people sell their courses on here. I want to give education away to you guys completely free. I want you guys to learn this stuff and use it and build wealth for your family, for your friends, right, for your communities, and overall just do better at managing and investing your money. Okay, that's the reason for this channel. Okay, we are a community of people here. This channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us winning together. It's a lot better to win with people than it is to win by yourself. Okay, and if you're in the Spartan Army, shout out to the Spartans, guys. We got some exciting announcements coming up today as well. I'm glad you guys are here. If you guys are watching the replay, go ahead and drop a comment down in the comment section. If you guys are watching the live, drop something in the chat. Say what's up. I'll be taking some questions and chart requests from the chat today as well once we get through our watch list. But again, our sell strategy is pretty straightforward. So the only red dots we really care about on the daily chart are the ones in the red zone. We don't really care about these right here, or that one was kind of in the red zone right there at 23. You had some opportunity to sell Chainlink right here at 25. I emptied all of my Chainlink that I bought down here somewhere around an average cost of about $22. I sold some up here around 24, sold some more right here around 24, and then I think I sold the rest of it at $20 right before that dip happened off that red dot right there. So again, from the top, if you guys didn't sell these red dots on Chainlink, okay, up here in the red zone, if you guys didn't take profits somewhere in that area, it dropped 46%. 46% Chainlink dropped from that level. So again, we want to take profits when the time is right. We want to sell the red dots in the red zone. That's normally where price will pull back. You can see if you didn't sell this red dot back here in January, it went from 26 all the way down to $10. Okay, that was a massive drop. That was like a 60% drop right there from there. Okay, if you did not take profits. So very important. You cannot be scared to take profits if you guys are a trader. I know you have that voice in your head sometimes that says, but what if it goes higher? What if it keeps going up? Okay, our goal here is to get out near or around the top. Okay, we don't want to wait for the exact top because we're going to be waiting forever. No one knows where the exact top is. As long as we can get out around the top and we're getting in down here somewhere, okay, we're going to beat everybody else because the majority of people, the majority of retail investors are buying Chainlink up here at $30, right? Because that's when everyone's tweeting about it, when everyone's having a good time. Okay, not just XRP, any asset, right? Everyone's buying XRP up here at $3.50. Okay, now it's down here at $2.50, and not a lot of people are interested. Got a green dot on XRP, by the way. That looks pretty interesting. But again, we were buying XRP down here, okay, in August of 2024 at 50 cents. Nobody was buying XRP down here at 50 cents because, right, no one cared about it. All the hype goes in when we go on a parabolic run. If my general rule, folks, and it's a good rule to follow, is if they're already talking about it, you're too late. Okay, a good example of that this week, Beyond Meat. Okay, what happened to Beyond Meat this week? Okay, we got the signal right there on October 17th. That was last Friday at 56 cents. This signal came, folks. 56 cents. Okay, it went all the way up to 7. But where is everybody buying Beyond Meat? They're not buying it right here. Okay, they're buying it up here. Look at that. Flush. Okay, so if they're already talking about it, if they're already excited, if everyone's already jumping and screaming and yelling about it, you're too late. You're too late. Okay, and Beyond Meat is going bankrupt. Horrible product, horrible business, horrible company, so we don't care about that, right? We want to buy good fundamental projects that are going to be around for the next 5 to 10 years. Nobody wants to eat a fake hamburger. Just facts. Okay, so that's sell strategy number 1. That red dot in the red zone is where we're looking to sell. And then the last sell strategy rule is based on the monthly chart. So this one is we want to sell when the stochastic RSI, that's going to be the light blue line on the trading indicator, when that hits the white dotted line on the monthly chart. So let's just go back to Chainlink here. Okay, so this sell strategy is for the monthly. So when this stochastic RSI, that light blue line on our trading indicator, comes up here and hits the white dotted line here, just like it did back here in April of 2024, okay, it went from 20 all the way down to $8. Okay, when that hits the white dotted line, that's another sell strategy. Okay, you can see it on Ethereum too. When that hits that white dotted line, right, that pretty much calls the top. Okay, with the time on the time frame that we're looking at. So again, Nothing is perfect. Nothing is 100%, but these are two strategies that are really helpful when it comes to knowing when and where to take profits. It looks like Ethereum is going to get back over 4,000. That'd be a great look for crypto here. But that's the strategy, folks. So, again, I have a free trading course over here you guys can watch if you guys are new. Let's go ahead and dive into the chart request. By the way, if you don't have any of the indicators I'm going to talk about here today, the Fibonacci, the red zone, the golden zones, the red and green dots, the MACD, moving averages, you guys can download my entire trading layout, this whole entire thing, by clicking on this link right here. Takes a couple of clicks, and everything's going to load right into your TradingView account. If you have trouble or need support with that, my email is right here inside of that thread under the Trading Indicator tab in the Discord. The Discord link is in the description and pinned in the live chat of this video right here, right now. So let's go ahead and dive into the watch list. Before we dive in, I'm going to pray real quick, and then we'll get into these charts. Lord God, thank you for bringing us all together today. Thank you for just the Overkill Army, the Overkill community, Lord. I pray that you will bless everybody listening to this live stream right now. I pray that you will help us make the right decisions when it comes to our investments. Help us use money as a tool and not as an idol. Lord, help us make wise decisions when it comes to investing. Bless this live stream, Lord. Bless the people on it. Bless our families. Lord, we lift them up to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. What's up, Bob? What's up, Mark? What's up, Virot? Dre, what's going on, brother? Jeff. Hope you guys are all doing good inside of the chat. Let's go ahead and dive into this. So normally what I do on Friday is I'll start with all the names I'm holding in my portfolio so you guys can kind of get a idea and a look at what I'm holding, and at least the idea behind why I'm taking the trades, why I'm holding the trades, and things like that. And then after we get through my portfolio, that's when we'll get into these other names that are setting up going into next week. So let's go ahead and dive in here. The first one's Pinlink. So Pinlink is actually a very new project right now. This is actually a fundamental play that Jeff, one of our mods here on YouTube, brought up. I did a lot of research into it, and I really like the project. So this is just kind of a lower cap play. It's a very new project. It just came out in December of last year, so it's brand new. But I've done my fundamental research on it, and I really like it down here at around 30 cents. I actually bought more of this one last week. I'm just holding that one until it gets back to the red zone there. ICP, same thing. This thing is literally at, if you zoom out of some of these altcoin charts, guys, they're literally sitting at their September lows. So ICP was one that actually popped up with a green dot, but the green dot actually faded away. So if you guys ever see a green dot pop up and fade away from the indicator, it's because the price went down. So just because you get an alert doesn't mean it's going to close the month. But this one did give one around $4, and I'm just looking at the support level right now. And you could see back here in 2023, we're sitting at the same level we hit back here in September of 2023 before we went from $2 all the way up to 20. So I'm waiting. I'm still holding my ICP. I still like the project, still like the fundamentals of the project. I'm just waiting for that. I'm just holding it now until that green dot comes back. Again, I'm patient. If I have to wait more than 6 months, I will. But I think a lot of these names, I think we're going to get a big pump on altcoins in November, and I think the rally is going to continue probably into 2026. And we'll get a really good opportunity to sell some of our alts. Because again, if the wave is way down here on the indicator, if this blue wave is underneath the zero line, that just means it's very oversold. I mean, this thing went from $20 all the way down to $3. That's a 90% drop. So when I buy ICP, I'm saying I'm buying it at a 2-year low, right? This is technically the lowest it's ever been. So I'm getting it at a better price than I have in the last ever, right? Because it's never been this cheap besides September and October of 2023. That was 2 years ago. So I'm buying it at a 2-year low here. I'm just going to be patient on that one, wait for the green dot to come back on the monthly. Near token. So Near gave us a green one in September here at around 250. It's now down to 225, and you can see the red dot on the monthly showing up here. So again, just because this red monthly dot is showing up here in October does not mean that it's going to close. So if you want to use risk management here, proper risk management, what I would do on Near here is set a $2 stop loss. You want to stop loss at 2, but I like the daily here. I think the daily's setting up and curling upward here. I still think Near token is going to be a lot higher here in the coming years. And again, right now we're literally just consolidating, going sideways. We've been stuck in this range on Near between $3.30 and about $1.80, about $1.83 here for the last 6 months. So this is what they call a stealth phase. Okay, the stealth phase is when there's not a lot of talk, right? It's just going sideways. There's not any big, massive moves to the upside, not any big, massive moves to the downside. We're just kind of stuck in a range here on the macro time frame. So I like Near. I like the project. And I think it's going to be a big November for it as well. I'm still bullish as long as 180 holds. 180 would be a good place for a stop loss. 180 is just the lows here from April and June. But I really like the project of Near. I'm going to actually buy that. I'm going to add that to the favorites list for next week. I like ICP too. I mean, I like Pinlink as well. They all look really good going into next week. Chainlink. So again, we have the green dot on the monthly, so we're bullish over the monthly, right, over the monthly time frame. If we zoom in here to the daily, you can see we got a daily alert here back on Sunday. So that came right there around $16. It's sitting at around 18 right now. So I would say Chainlink is still bullish as long as we hold on to 1580. Okay, as long as we hold these lows here. See, we bounce there, we bounce there. So that tells you that there's buyers in this area. There's buyers in this area. Okay, so it looks like we're curling here. I probably should set a stop loss somewhere around 1590 on Chainlink, but this is looking good. All the momentum's looking like it's going to the upside. I told you guys on Wednesday's live. Okay, I know the monthly and the daily chart is the prime focus, but the weekly chart is another good chart to look at sometimes. Okay, if you look at the weekly charts, okay, these green dots are just as accurate on the weekly. The higher the time frame on the dots, the more accurate. That's why we like the monthly, because it's the most accurate. I would say the weekly is the second most, but I like to pair the monthly and the daily together. So I really like Chainlink as long as it can hold on to that like $16 level. I think Chainlink is one of the biggest no-brainer assets in crypto when it comes to like fundamentals and usage. Like if someone put a gun to my head and was like, you know, you got to buy one cryptocurrency, I would buy Chainlink. Okay, that's just how I feel about the project and the fundamentals of the project. They're integrating with governments and institutions. I mean, they're a very big deal when it comes to crypto. So I like the technology more than anything, and I think you're getting it at a discount. Again, I bought this thing. My average cost was around $14 back here in July on Chainlink, okay? And rode that thing all the way up here, and I was selling up here in the red zone around $24 to $22. I think my last sell was at 20 because I got stopped out on that big day. Luckily, my stop loss hit on that day. I know some of your guys' didn't. It just sucks sometimes. But again, that red dot came right there in October. You should have been using risk management right there at around 22. Again, it sold off 50%. But now that the sell-off happened, we're building a base again and getting ready to make a move. We're either going to curl up and absolutely just explode back to 30, or we're going to break down below 16 and come back to 12 or 14. If you're going to ask me what I think we're going to do, I think we're going to break out here. I think we could go sideways for a little bit longer, just be like going sideways in this range for a little bit, but I think ultimately the next move to the ups is going to be the upside for crypto. GDRX, good RX. So I actually took a play on this week. And by the way, guys, if you guys are new, we call out all the monthly alerts, the weekly alerts, the daily alerts, the 4-hour alerts, all the sell signals, all the buy signals are called out here in the Discord under the trade alerts tab. So you guys can get all those over here. And then also, what was I just going to do here? Oh, yeah. So also, I post all my trades over here in Overkill Trades. So I actually took profit today on SLB for about $3,200. But I did take a position on GoodRx. I had one, but I sold the shares and I actually am playing the calls. So I got the $5 calls for January of 2027. So there's about a year and 2 months on those. But I got the $5 calls. There was an announcement that they got a partnership with Trump RX or whatever the healthcare thing he's doing. And it popped all the way up to 6, and then it sold all the way back up. You can see we got a green dot here today. So I really like the GoodRx trade here. I'm going to put that one on our favorites list. So far on the favorites list, we got all these names. And ironically, they're all in my portfolio, obviously, because I like them and I like their setups and I like where they are right now. But GoodRx is a really good healthcare name. I think that's very undervalued down here at 4. Again, I post all my trades over here, but I'll give you guys a freebie here on YouTube. The GoodRx $5 calls for January of 2027. I just thought those were very cheap at 90 cents. I mean, if that thing goes to $5, those could be trading at around $3 to $4. If it goes higher than that, right, it goes up to 7, those things could be trading at 5 to 6. That would be a 5 to 600% move. So ARB is another one, another cryptocurrency. Again, any cryptocurrency right now, Looks like a buy down here in the bottom golden zone. My target on this is now 60 cents. It's sitting at about 30 right now. I still like ARB. It does have a red dot here on the monthly, but again, that wick down was stupid. I mean, that was just stupid. So that like broke the chart. So I'm not going to trust that red dot here. I want to look at the weekly chart. And how I would play ARB is I would just buy the next weekly green dot. Okay, the monthly's kind of offsetting because, again, there's not a lot of data on the chart just because this asset just came out in 2023. It's a brand new project. Okay, but normally when you get a big wick like this, look at the last time this wick happened, right? It wicked down. The last time that happened was back here in 2023. Okay, they sold it off, they sucked it back up, and then it absolutely ripped to the upside. That's kind of what I'm expecting here on ARB. I'm targeting anywhere from 50 to $1 on this thing. And I think my average cost is now around 18 cents. I actually bought, some of you guys were here on the live when I bought that thing. I think it was on Friday or Wednesday of a couple weeks ago. But we saw this whole move happen live. It was just, I've never seen anything like that before. And I was able to get like a buy order off at like 10 cents or something like that. So it was just crazy. But what I'm watching on ARB really is the weekly alert. So we actually call the weekly alerts out here as well. That's what I'm watching on that because the monthly is just too, it's too, there's not enough data for me to really make a judgment. I think the weekly chart's the one you're going to want to watch there on ARB. Centennial 1, this one also had a green dot pop up, but it faded away, so it's still in the same range. I still like this play. It's a cybersecurity play, so I'm big on cybersecurity. I think cybersecurity is going to be very big in the future. So Centennial 1 is another one I just think is discounted. It's really boring right now. Right, the stealth phase is very boring when you're in it. Okay, when you're just going sideways like this, it's very boring, very boring. But that's the smart money phase. Okay, we don't want to buy in the you could buy in the awareness phase, but we don't want to buy when everyone's excited. I mean, this stock, their earnings look really good. They're making about $250 million a quarter, and they're growing year over year, right? They made $229 million 2 quarters ago. They made an extra $20 million in that quarter. So that means their revenue is increasing, right? Which is a good thing. So right now we're just in the bottom of this golden zone. So I know I haven't talked a lot about this Fibonacci yet today, but typically what we're doing is we're looking to buy using the Fibonacci in one of the golden zones. So the golden zone is right here, and the golden zone is also down here, okay? And then the red zone is where we sell. So when this asset comes back up here to the red zone between 26 and 28, just like it did back here in December of 2024, that is where we're going to be looking to sell and take our profits. So I still like that one as well. I'll add that one to the list. Rocket Mortgage looks okay, but it's a little too close to the red zone here. They got earnings next week on Thursday. I took this trade right here off this green dot. I think that was last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, around 16. So I'm up like 10%. Not anything really to brag about, but I'm hoping this one explodes here into its earnings. So we'll see what happens. This is another one I'm looking closely at the weekly chart. Okay, I don't know if this thing's going to really go up or down, but what I do have is a stop loss at $16. So I'm at about a break-even trade right now. As long as it holds 16, I like it. So this is going to be an interesting one to watch next week. I wouldn't say I'd buy it here because, again, our buy signal came right here in October. That was a few weeks ago. I took that trade right there around 6.15. So looking to sell this one on the next red dot here on the daily. Okay, and again, it's still green on the monthly, so we're still bullish on it. It just had a little pullback this month, and we want to take advantage of that. So again, as long as it's green on the monthly, we want to buy these daily dots, especially if this blue wave is way down here. That's a beautiful buy right there at 16. So I like Rocket. I don't want you guys to go after that one next week though, unless it like pulls all the way back to 16. MOH. So I actually had a good question on this yesterday when we took this trade. This thing was down 20% yesterday. 20%. You can see it gapped all the way down. Okay, they actually beat on their revenue, but missed on their earnings. So the reason I took this trade, guys, I know the monthly dot is not green, but look how deep the wave is. I think the dot's going to come soon, but all I'm playing here actually is the golden dot. So if you guys are not familiar with the golden dot, it is also a very, very accurate signal when it comes to swing trading, a 1 to 6 month swing trade. So you can see we got this in July. The price was right here around 170. It ended up going all the way to 206. And then what did it do yesterday? It gapped right back down to support. Okay, this is MOH. This is a healthcare name. It gapped right back down here. Look at this. You guys see this support right here? Okay, look at that. That's where we bounced. in August. So when I saw this gap down yesterday, I saw that it gapped down right to that support level. So if I drew a line on this chart right here like that, you could see that 150 is a very strong support level. So I think I got in on this one yesterday at around 157. But I like the fact that it's right down on the bottom of the Fibonacci, that green line that you see on my screen, just like how we would want to sell up here in the red zone. Okay, we want to buy down here in the golden zone. So if this thing holds on to 150, like I bought this thing and I put an instant stop loss at like 148 or 149. So if it breaks 149, the trade's off, right? We lost. We were wrong. But I have a good feeling about MOH. I think healthcare stocks are going to recover, and I think that 20% sell-off yesterday was just an overreaction. You saw it was green today. I would keep this one in the favorites list, and like I said, if you just use a stop loss on this at like 148, 149, you're risking, I don't know, 2 or 3% on the trade. Okay, it's not that big of a risk. And if it goes back up here to the red zone from 160 all the way back up here to 350. Right, that's over 100% move. And again, I think healthcare is going to do very well over the coming years. Dow, I actually took this one today. I don't know how I got this one yesterday. I don't know how I came across this one, but I bought it this morning at 24.34. You can see it's down 53% on the year. 53%. So when something's down 50% on the year, I actually like that. And the reason I bought this was the monthly. You can see the monthly chart. Look at this thing. It got smoked this year. I mean, that's 12 months in a row going down, guys. 12 months in a row going down. Okay, that's crazy. I don't think Pinlink's on Coinbase yet. No, I bought it on the Phantom wallet. So you need to have the Phantom. I guess you could buy it on any DEX. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain, but I bought mine on the Phantom wallet. But you guys, look at this Dow stock. This is a chemical company. Okay, look at their earnings. They're making $9 to $10 billion a quarter. They're a massive company. Okay, they make $10 billion every 4 months. Okay, and they also pay a really nice dividend. I know they just lowered their dividend, but it doesn't matter because look at the chart, right? Green dot on the monthly. We're bullish on this, dude. As long as we hold on to $20, I really like this stock. I really like this stock, and my target's all the way up here at 48 to 52. So that's a fresh trade today. I just took that this morning, so I like that one. Here's Trump coin, official Trump coin. I don't know. I think Trump's got a plan with this coin. I don't know what it is yet, but you know he just launched his World Liberty Financial company, so I think he's going to do something with it. I mean, no one's really talking about this right now. It was at $80, I believe, at the beginning, and it's all the way down here at $5. So it's kind of a meme play. Right, it's kind of a meme play. I know I don't play a lot of meme coins, but this thing's listed on Robinhood, so it's not really a meme coin to me. It's actually listed on a legitimate exchange. A lot of the meme coins don't get listed on centralized exchanges. Trump is there, so it's kind of a meme play. I like it as long as it can hold on to $5. Up above 5, I still like it. Targets around 16 to 20 on Trump coin. Snapchat, this is still to date one of my favorite. I'm sorry, I'm going to put Dow on the favorites. And also Snap is going on the favorites. Snapchat is one of my favorite stocks right now. It's literally one of my favorite setups as of right now. We have a monthly green dot. Okay, this company has a ton of users, 300 million active users. My prediction with this is they're either going to sell out, meaning they're going to sell their company to someone like Microsoft or Amazon or you know, some big company is going to come in and buy them out, or they're going to figure it out and learn how to monetize better. But the setup is just prime. I mean, if you guys look at the volume here, I've talked about this the last couple weeks, but look at this volume. Okay, this volume is not retail investors coming in and buying this. So let me just put this into perspective for you. So on this day right here, 266 million shares were traded. So you can see the average price, let's just say, was $8. So 266 million, let's just say 267 million times $8. How much money is that, guys? How much money is that traded? Let me just pull up my calculator. So again, that was just one day, right? That was one day. So 266 million shares, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, times $8 a stock, right? 266 million shares times $8 a share is $21 billion, okay, right? 3, 3, 3, wait, 3, comma, Yeah, $2 billion. So $2 billion was traded on one day. Okay, now multiply that by all these days, and you're talking like 20, 30, 40, 50 billion dollars worth of shares that are being traded here. So what does that tell us? That tells us that somebody, like, do you know anybody that just has $2 billion laying around? Okay, I'll tell you who has that kind of money. The smart money does. Okay, they know either something's going on, something's up, or, right, there's something going to happen. There's an event that's going to come that could potentially cause this to go up. Okay, volume is a very, very important indicator. And if you zoom out of the chart, look at the volume in the last year. Let's just go. I mean, there's no volume like this anywhere on the chart. So there is somebody in here buying a lot of shares. Okay, and again, these guys aren't day traders. These guys are guys that buy and hold for a long period of time. So to date, I have a pretty large position on Snapchat, and it is one of my favorite stocks. And as long as it holds on to this low right here from October 1st, let me just take the volume off. See how we bounced right here at 750? That means the buyers stepped back in and took control. So up above 750, this thing looks really good. It had a green dot there on Wednesday at around 777. And again, if we're using our red zone, if we're using our Fibonacci, our target should be somewhere around 12. That is probably my favorite stock. I mean, it just looks so good. Filecoin, again, if you zoom out here, where are we buying this thing? This is another one that had the alert pop up, but it faded away. Because again, if price goes down, that alert can fade away. But what I'm looking at on Filecoin here is the fact that we are literally sitting at 6-year lows. This is the lowest price that Filecoin has been in 6 years. You can see the all-time high was all the way up here at 240. Okay, and all the way down here to 150. Yeah, like Jeff said, if you guys have questions about Pinlink, just look it up on Twitter. They have a great Twitter. First thing I do when I'm looking into a project is I'll look at their Twitter. That pretty much will tell you if they're legit. If you look up a project and they're not tweeting every single day, putting new content out, right? They don't have a very interactive community. It's a good idea that it's probably just a dead project. Pinlink is not one of those. And yeah, like Jeff said, I would check it out on X. But Filecoin, again, 6-year lows I'm buying this thing at. So the lowest price in 6 years. Again, if I'm buying it at the lowest price in 6 years, where am I buying it on this chart, guys? Where am I buying it on this chart if I'm buying it at a 6-year low? More than likely down here in despair, okay? Because everybody's out, right? Nobody wants it. Nobody cares about it. That's why they call it a stealth phase, because no one's talking about it. They're going to be screaming about Filecoin when if it goes back up to, just say it goes back up to $40, everyone's going to be talking about it. And we're already in at $1.50. I feel really good about this asset too. So I'm just holding this one until that green dot comes back again. That green dot did alert. Okay, over here. It came on October 1st. So you can see right here, Filecoin, that came at 1:44 a.m. on October 1st. But again, if the price goes down, right, no one was expecting that big liquidation dip. This one, when price goes down like that, okay, that means, right, obviously that dot faded away. But again, I can be patient here. I can wait till it comes back. And again, I'm not worried because I'm buying it at a lower price than anybody has in the last, since 2017, in 7 years, 8 years. Literally buying it at the lowest price in 8 years since it's been a project. So I feel good about it. I feel good about Filecoin. Chirp, this is kind of a low cap play, kind of like Pinlink, just one of those fundamental plays, not really a technical play. I'm investing more on the fundamentals. They're a D-pin project. And yeah, I bought this one like all the way back here, like somewhere around April of this year at 0.002. So I'm still holding what I got and targeting 14 on that one. But Filecoin, I'm going to go ahead and put Filecoin in there as well. And what I would do on Filecoin is either watch for the weekly alert or the monthly alert. Okay, those would be good places to add. Honestly, I'm in at 155. That's where I got in at, just because I think that is support. We're at support right now. I don't think we're going lower than, especially $1. I don't see it ever happening. So again, holding and waiting until we get our sell signals. Okta, this thing's just been boring too. Just been very sideways, very just going sideways. I'm still holding it. Not really my favorite for next week though. PayPal's another one that had the monthly show up, but it faded away. It got 2 green dots over the last couple days, so this one looks really strong still, as long as it holds on to 65. I like PayPal. I think it's undervalued. Target's still 88 on that one. I'm going to put that one on the favorites too. That one looks good. Target's waking up a little bit here. A little overextended on the daily. I'm paying attention to the weekly and the monthly on this one right now. Okay, the monthly is still green here, and we're still long. Still long on target. I got stopped out, but then I got back in. So we're just targeting 150 to 160 on target. I like that company. My wife loves it. She's probably at Target right now shopping with her sister. And yeah, you know, if I'm gonna pay into the kitty, I might as well get some back, right? I love you guys. How you guys doing? Jeffrey, we'll take some requests here pretty soon. Let's get through the watch list real quick. DJT. DJT is another stock I just think is very undervalued. This is Donald Trump's media company. Everyone looks at them like a social media company, but really they're a crypto company, right? Everything they're doing in crypto is under the umbrella of DJT. So that World Liberty Financial project that they launched, they actually hold 10,000 Bitcoin in their treasury. So they're very diversified into crypto. So I look at it as like a crypto company. And why I bought this was just because this blue wave is so far down. I know we don't got the signal yet. I know we don't got the green monthly dot yet, but I think that thing's coming here within the year. I'm willing to wait 6 months to 12 months if I have to on this one. I do think this one's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce really hard. It was back here at $80 back in 2024. Okay, that was less than a year ago, a little over a year ago. It was at $80, 80. It's sitting at 15 right now. Okay, and that next green monthly dot I think is going to send us to the stratosphere. So I jumped the gun a little bit on this one. I was using the weekly chart. I got in, I think, on this one right here in September. We're sitting right on support. It's just a matter of when the big money's going to come in and pump it up. Because when this thing goes up, it goes up really fast. Like it's a very fast move. Like this last time it pumped, you can see it went all the way up here to 70. It dropped all the way down to $10, and then it went from 10 all the way to 50. How long did that take? That was from off that dot right there. Let's just go off the golden dot. So the golden dot came September 9th at around $15, $16, right? Right where we're sitting at right now. And then it went all the way up here to 53. So that was literally a 260% move from September 23rd all the way to October 29th. That was like a 30-day move, 300%. It did that in 30 days, okay? A month. It went 300%. So I know a lot of you are probably getting impatient on this one. Hey, patience is the name of the game. If you guys can't have patience with our strategy, it's not going to work for you. Okay, sometimes the trades play out really fast, and sometimes they take a little longer. That's just the reality of the situation, right? If you guys are truly following the rules here, okay, you have to be willing to wait 1 to 6 months. So if you buy something and it goes down 20% the next day, you got to be willing to throw your hands up and say, I don't care. I don't care. Right? Because I bought this with a time frame of 1 to 6 months out, right? I am buying DJT right now for the prices up here between 45 and 50. I'm not buying them for the prices down here, right? I got in at like 17. I'm down like 10% on the asset. I don't care that I'm down. I don't care, okay? Because I'm buying for the prices up here. I know, I am very certain that this thing is going to bounce back here one day. I can't tell you the exact day or time or minute. Nobody knows. Nobody knows that. Nobody can ever know that. But what I can tell you is I think it'll come within the next year. Within the next year. Would you add to DJT throughout the year on green dots? Yeah, I would. The next place I would look to add DJT is the green monthly, though. Okay, because I jumped the gun on the green monthly just because I think we're literally sitting at a price that's just stupid right now. So I would wait for the green monthly. It did get a daily green dot here today, so $15 is a really strong support level for it. $15 is very big support. So as long as it holds 15, it's bullish. But if 15 breaks, we could go down to 12 or $11. But again, we don't care about that. We'll just add more. If it goes down to 12, Ron, I would probably add more. Yeah, I would buy more DJT if it goes down to $12. But realistically, we should be waiting right now for the green monthly now. And that green monthly will come if we break back over 20. The fib levels, just the daily. That's the only one I care about, or the daily and the 4 hour. So the daily and the hourly charts are the only ones I look at the fib on. The weekly and the monthly, it's just not programmed for the weekly or the monthly. It's programmed for the daily. The daily and the 4 hour are the two places I use it. Right? The daily and the 4 hour for the fib levels. Okay. If something comes up like SLB, for example, is a trade I took. A red dot in the red zone on the 4 hour, I look to potentially sell some as well. The reason I sold SLB today was because you could see how many times have we hit this level, right? We hit a level right there at 38 and we got rejected. Hit a level right here at 36 got rejected. And we tested that same level and got rejected today. And you can see the daily doesn't have a red dot yet, but the 4-hour does. So I just don't know how I feel about oil and gas right now. There's a lot of speculation going on. So I just kind of wanted to have some cash to go into the weekend. But typically the fib levels, I'm using them on the 4-hour and also the daily. Those are the important time frames. I do not care about the fib levels on the monthly or the weekly charts. The only thing I care about on the monthly and the weekly are going to be the moving average and also the green dots here. Target we talked about. BMY, this is Bristol Myers. These guys don't have a green dot on their month or on their monthly either. So I have a position on this, and I'm just using 42.50 as a stop loss. If 42.50 breaks, I'm going to be out. But it does have earnings coming up next week, so I might need to make a decision on this. This one didn't play out like I thought it was going to, but as long as 42.50 holds, I'm still in the trade. If 42.50 breaks, I'm out of the trade. Okay, and I don't like the fact that they have earnings coming up next week. DJT we talked about. Uniswap. Uniswap I think is down here at support. Target on that's still 12 bucks. Let's go ahead and add that one in as well. CPB, this is Campbell's Soup. Again, this is a good value name. It's got a green dot on the monthly, so you can see this green dot came back here in 2021. It went from 40 all the way up to 60. It pulled back, gave you another green dot right here in 2024. That came right there at 40. It bounced up to 50, and this thing had a big dramatic pullback here. So they actually pay a pretty nice dividend as well. This is just a value stock. This isn't a crazy altcoin that's going to move 20, 30, 40, 50%, right? This is one that's just going to steadily grow over time. And I like it. I like the company. I'm a big fan of V8 Juice, by the way. And they make that stuff. So 44 to 48 is my target on this. I'm just going to collect the dividend and hold this thing. It also had a golden dot down here. I think that's where we entered right there in October. So still like that one. NVO. I'm going to put CPB on the watch list, on the favorites. So far for the favorites, guys, here's the favorites. And again, these are just names in my portfolio. This isn't even getting into the names that we're looking to buy next week. So it's going to be a little bit of a stream here, as always. But yeah, we're this is our work, right? As a trader, this is the work we have to put in. We have to do our due diligence if we want to be successful at this. If you just want to half-ass this, it's you're probably not going to get anything out of it. So that's just kind of the reality of it. You need to put in to get something out of something. Okay, that's not just in trading, but that's everything in life. Okay, NVO, I still really like this one too. This one's going on the watch list. Again, green dot here on the monthly. We are buying that. We are buying that. Look at the last time it got one. All the way back here in 2017, that was at $16. It went all the way up to $150. And they just had an announcement, a partnership with Costco, and also that GoodRx stock that we bought. Yeah. Surge in counterfeit weight loss drugs. So they have a weight loss drug called Ozempic. And I guess it's like a big weight loss drug right now. So they just had a partnership with Costco. I would buy this one next week on the green dot. I think you're going to get a green dot next week on this one. Because again, our buy strategy, folks, if you guys watch at the beginning on the trading rules, if it has a green monthly dot and you get the opportunity to buy it down here on a green dot on a daily chart, that is prime time, baby. That is a prime time setup. And you could see that this thing's just consolidating. Okay, just going sideways. This is what this looks like. Not going like this, not going like this, just going like this, right? Just going sideways. Okay, this is the ripper. Okay, we call that the ripski right there. Okay, so again, target's 110 on NVO. I still like that one. Oxy took a position on this week off the gold dot. I like that one as long as it holds on to 40. I'll put that one on the favorites too. Yeah, I still think that looks like it has some room back there to 52 to 56. Rivian also still like this one above $12. Okay, stop loss on this is going to be down here at 12. As long as it holds 12, I really like the trade. Riz, this thing got absolutely rugged. No, it wasn't me that rugged it because I still hold every single one of my coins. Before you guys say anything, I'll just prove it to you. I have not sold one token of this, okay? This is another newer project, kind of like Pinlink, that I like the fundamentals of. So you can see I haven't sold any of this coin, okay? I haven't sold any of it. I'm just collecting the APY on their website. You could stake it on their website and earn 7.58%. So again, this is a long-term hold. This isn't an overnight get-rich thing. I like the fundamentals of the project. I like what they're doing. And if it goes to zero, I lose what I put in. But I think this thing is going to get a bounce, and I'm just going to collect that APY as it goes down. And when it pumps, I'll be ready to sell. So looking for Riz on a daily there. SQQQ, this is just our short on QQQ. We've talked about this a couple times. You can see in April, this thing was up here at the highs in the red zone at 60, while QQQ, which is the tech sector, was down here at the lows. So SQQQ is just a way to short tech stocks. I think tech stocks have ran very, very hard this year. So I am convinced that there eventually is going to be a correction. That's why I have a position on SQQQ in case the markets start going down. This thing's going to go up. It's a good hedge. Donut, I'm going to put Donut in here. Donut. I'm going to put Rivian in there too. I like Rivian getting all these green dots here. That one looks good too. It also has a green dot here on the monthly. So that one looks good. Donut took off this week. It jumped up, had that big day up. Everyone was getting really excited. Pulled back a little bit. I think this one's going to fly next week, guys. I think Donut's going to go nuts. Yeah, I think that's going to be back at $10 here in no time. I think this has that meme potential. See, the monthly came back here in July. Okay, we've just been being patient, waiting on this one. Okay, up above $3. I think this one's very bullish. My target's anywhere from $10 to $12 on Donut. That's Krispy Kreme donuts. And then I have two short positions on right now. So a short is just a trade that is saying, hey, I think this thing is going to go down. So I have two shorts on SoFi and also PLTR, simply because they're macro timeframes, right? They're monthly charts. I just think they've been very, very overdone to the upside. You can see the stochastic is topping out here. Last time we topped out was back here at 12. It sold off to 5. So I'm short both of those puts. Okay, I have puts on those. If you guys don't know what options are, I have an options course over here as well you guys can take. That's going to teach you how to learn, or that's going to teach you how to buy and sell stock options. So puts and calls. Puts are a way to hedge to the downside. So if we go to the downside, right, that means that we're going to make money by it going down. So I have two shorts on those. So that's my portfolio right now, guys. I am looking at the rest of the watch list here. So I'm going to scan through this and tell you guys if I see anything nice. We called iRobot out. On Wednesday. Did anybody take this trade? Did anyone take this trade? Mike says, is risk going to bounce back? I think so. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I do think so. Anyone take this iRobot trade on Wednesday? We called this thing out, literally on the stream. This is a robotics company. I think people are sleeping on it. We saw that monthly alert pop up. When was that? That was back here in June. June was somewhere back here. Right in here, around $3, sitting at $6 right now. I think this one's going to explode back to $10, $12. That one looks good. Let's put that on the favorites. Let's watch that one next week. Coinbase had a nice pop today. It's just too close to the red zone. So again, we don't buy in the red zone or around the red zone, guys. We want to buy down here. We were buying Coinbase down here at like $300. It popped up to 400. We sold, and then it pulled back. But it did have a green dot here today, so that probably could continue back up. This is a good sign for crypto, that thing pumping. I just would have rather bought it, back here in the golden zone. Again, we want to buy in the golden zones on the daily chart. If it's out of the golden zone near the red zone, it's too risky. Rumsky said he almost bought iRobot. If it gets a big pullback next week, I think it'll be interesting. Just says that the risk you're willing to take, one that could change your life using Overkill Trading Strategy. Helps a lot. Yeah. ALB and the red zone, so we'd be looking to sell a red dot on that one. American Airlines absolutely popping off today. Big beat on earnings, nice. Target on that's going to be 17 to 18. We kind of missed our window of opportunity down here, though. If you guys are looking at a daily chart, you want to be buying when this wave is down here on the daily. Okay, if you get a big green dot like that back there at 11, that was a perfect call out here. I think I know we called that one out actually. It's sitting at 14 now. It's already up 30%. And got a lot of room to go back up here to 17 to 18. So that could be one you watch for a short-term pullback. ENA looks okay here, back to 80. Zcash, again, Zcash is up here in the red zone. Everyone's talking about Zcash now after it had this big run up from 50 all the way to 300. Again, these signals were called out at $50. We called out Zcash right here in September at 40 and right here in May at around 40. And now it's at 260. And again, everyone's excited about it now. Why? Because it had a big move. Now they just think it's going to keep going up forever. It's going to be the next Bitcoin, yada, yada, yada. All right, we need to wait for this thing to sell back off down here to like 80 before we make a move. But yeah, that one's way too high. We're not touching that. FSLR, that one's also in the red zone. No thank you. RXRX looks interesting here. I like this one here. Another healthcare name. Not a huge fan of it, though. Their earnings just aren't that big. So I'm actually going to take this one off just because I want you guys to be trading good quality companies. I don't know too much about this, so I don't want to say, hey, it looks good, and then they crap the bed on their earnings and then go to zero. So I'm going to take that one off. Soxel, this one's up in the red zone, so we're not looking at buying that one. XRP looks good. We'll go ahead and add XRP to the list. Okay, again, these are going to be the favorites so far from the list. All these names here look really, really good. I'll share this with you guys here after the stream. Actually, let me just do it right now. I'll copy this. So this is the green list here. So this is every name we're currently watching. All of these names, not all of them, but the majority of these names have a green dot on their monthly chart. Okay, so if we come over here, I'll share this with you guys like I do every week. So today is October 24th. Green list, October 24th. Okay, so this is every name we're going over today. And then I'll go ahead and share this favorites list with you guys as well. These update in real time. So this is the watch list favorites from 10-24. So there's the green list over there. You guys can get all the names we're looking at today. And then there's also the favorites, which is the ones we're going to go ahead and add to, just like we did with XRP. So XRP looks good here, okay, as long as it can hold on to this support down here, okay? 220 support there. We need to hold 220. Again, if we can get a weekly green dot here on XRP in the next couple weeks, that's going to be very, very good. That thing's up 5% right now. Okay, crypto's kind of going on a little bounce here. You love to see it. Okay, I'm hoping this rally continues into November here. I think November is going to be a big month. Okay, going to be a big month. We're going to get a clearer direction on where we're going in November. WLD looks good down here as well at 90 cents. GM up here in the red zone. We'll be looking to sell this one on a red dot. IMX looks good. IMX is still holding the green monthly. We'll go ahead and throw that one in the favorites. This one looks good. Target's going to be right there around 80 to 100. I'm sorry, 80 to $1. BBAI, again, we should have sold this one right here on the red dot at around 880. That thing's sold off now. We're too late. LUMN, too close. DAL, too close to the red zone. Right, we want to buy stuff down in the golden zone. So H-bar looks good here at 17 cents. I like that. But what I'd watch for on H-bar, just to be absolutely sure we're going to get a bounce, is a green dot here on the weekly. If we can get these green dots in the next couple weeks and H-bar can hold on to 15 cents, it's going to look really good. Okay, I like H-bar here as long as it holds 15. This was a liquidation event right here. Up above 15 cents, it looks good. Okay, I'll put that one on the favorites for next week too. ACHR up in the red zone, not interested. OP, I actually sold this one. I sold this to buy that Dow stock, DOW, that we went over earlier. So I still like it. I just wanted to raise cash. And out of all the crypto I own, I know the least about optimism. So I still think this one is going to move back to $1, though. So that one still looks good. WIF is down there in the golden zone. Pepe looks good. Let's put Pepe on there. Target on that's up there at 0.00015. Zora, no thanks. CRO looks good. CRO looks really good. Again, everyone was excited to buy this one up here at 40 cents. Now it's down at 15 and nobody cares about it. I do like that one going into next week. What do we got? A weekly alert from Virtual. See how that weekly just went off? That weekly alert just went off on Virtual. That is what we want to see this week. Okay, that's what we want to see next week. We want to see all these cryptos given a weekly alert. If that comes, if we get these weekly signals here next week or the week after that on these cryptos, like Virtual's popping right now, see that? Boom. Okay, that would be a good place to enter. Okay, for crypto, because that means the bottom's in and we're going to continue higher. So Ondo, again, I'd look at the weekly chart on all of these cryptos. I'm going to put this in the favorites too, just because I think it's a solid project. What I'd be watching for on Ondo next week is a weekly dot. Litecoin, same thing. Watch the weekly. Watch the weekly here on XLM. Dot, same thing. Dots at all-time lows. Dots at all-time lows. So you're buying Polkadot at the lowest price ever if you're buying it at $3. So just keep that in mind. As everybody's saying it's over, the bull run's over, it's never going to happen. Did everyone see the news on DJT was on? No, I didn't. What happened, Michael? That's awesome, Rumsky. That's good news. Yeah, if it gets a dip, if iRobot gets a dip next week, like on the hourly chart or something, I would look to buy that one. But it's up 18% today. We called that out on Wednesday's live. So again, is everyone saying it's over? We're going down. It's never going to pump. Literally, some of these names are sitting at their all-time lows, like Polkadot. AVAX. I like AVAX as long as it can hold on to 18. Target on that's going to be up there at 32. I'm going to put AVAX on there. I think that's a good, solid project for you guys. ARM. So we'd be looking to sell this one up here in the red zone, right? We want to sell up here. We want to buy in the golden zone. Green dots in the golden zone on the daily are where we like to buy. Okay, especially if the dot is green here on the monthly. You can't see this data on the monthly, but if you go to the weekly, you can see how oversold we are. It could have a little bit bigger of a push for sure, but I would be selling it up here in the red zone. Again, if you're in the red zone and you're not taking profits, a lot of you probably learned that lesson when crypto sold off. Like I said, we were calling the red dots out in the red zone. Chainlink, we had one right here at 26. We had one right here at 24. We had one right here at 23. If you didn't take your profits, you probably didn't like yourself there for a couple weeks. Okay, so now you got to wait till it goes back up. That's the whole point of having a sell strategy, is to know when to take profits. Yes, it could always go higher. You could always miss the boat, right? But if you're buying it down here with us, right, we were buying Chainlink all the way down. Okay, Chainlink's, again, I think the most solid. Again, if someone put a gun to my head and said, hey, you got to buy one crypto, I would say Chainlink. Okay, that was an 80% trade. That's all we need. That's all we need, folks. We're not trying to get the 10, 20, 50, 500 X's here. Okay? We're just trying to be consistent traders. And again, what we do is we use logic, we use data, and we use discipline. Logic is the way we think, right? 1 to 6 months. We're buying and holding for 1 to 6 months. We're using a plan. We're using a strategy. We are using data. The data comes from the charts, the indicators, the red and green dots, everything that we're looking at, right? The red zone, the golden zones. And then the discipline to stick to our rules. Okay, if we don't have discipline, we're going to fail. That's just not in trading, that's in everything in life. Okay, you want to get in better shape? Be disciplined. Go to the gym, eat right, take care of business. That's what we're doing here. I didn't see the news. What was the news? What was the news? It must have not been that great a news because it didn't move the stock. What was the news on DJT? What else we got? AVAX, EXP. This is a good real estate name. Target on that's 14. CELLH. We're looking to sell that one. It's in the red zone. What's up, Samuel? In and out. What's going on, brother? Arrow looks like it's trying to turn the corner here. This one looks okay above 71. It just really needs to hold 70. Like, you need a stop loss on 70. At 70, what I would do is I would use the weekly. Watch for that green dot. You see the last green dot came right here in April. That was at 38 cents. Went all the way up to 160. We also had one come right here in June at 50. Popped all the way up there to 160. So just watch for that weekly. Again, I think the best chart to pay attention to right now, I know our strategy is based on the daily and the monthly, but sometimes we got to take a different perspective. And I think the weekly is really going to be the tell here on this next move. So again, if we can curl and go back up, this thing should see $2. Okay, if we can get this weekly alert here to print in the next couple of weeks. ADA, same thing. Green dot on the weekly. Looks like it's finding support right there at 60. 60 cents, a good stop loss for that. Algorand again. Look for that weekly. You can see we have strong support down here in this area at 13. We bounced right there. We bounced right there. We retested the level and we're bouncing. I like Algo for next week. That looks good. Okay, I like Algo. Watch for that green weekly on Algo. Oh, they're just bashing Trump again. Trump's so funny, man. I don't even know what to think about the guy. I don't know if he's just a troll or what, but I think it's funny. I just don't listen to the news anymore, guys. There's so much garbage out there. There's so much garbage. It's all a show. I don't even plug into it anymore, dude. If you show me the chart, I can tell you what the news is. I can tell you what the news is if you show me the chart. Gala's not green on the monthly anymore. What do we got here? Ethereum. Again, we called Ethereum out, guys, right back here in June at 2,200. It went all the way up there to 5,000. Okay, we were buying Ethereum right here in June. Okay, this thing went from 2,200 all the way up to 5,000. That was over 100% trade. If you guys took that with us, 120%, that was at about a 2 to 3 month period. Okay, and now it's trying to find a base here at 3,600. I still like Ethereum as long as it holds that $3,600 level. But it's not my favorite play right now. I'd rather buy something like Ray. Ray looks good. This is one of the biggest projects on Solana. And again, how I would play this is that weekly dot. If you want to be sure of the dip, wait for that weekly dot. I think Ray looks really good. I'd rather buy Ray. Ray and Algorand both look really good. So again, so far the favorites guys are right here. All these names look good for next week. Okay, so pay attention to those. You guys can look at those over the weekend. I just dropped that watch list right here. So all you got to do is come to the watch list tab, click this, and that's going to pull up all those names that we're talking about here today. Okay, that thing updates in real time. But Ray is one of the largest projects on Solana. So it's like an altcoin built on Solana. Avave, again, last time we got the green dot with the wave down here on the weekly. Look at that. April, 133 all the way up there to 380. Okay, beautiful move there. Look how deep the wave is. All we're missing is those weekly green dots, and this market is going to absolutely explode back to the upside. That news came out a little after $12 to pop that DJT. Stay the same all day. Who did? Who did, Samuel? Oh, my. I'm looking at this news you guys are talking about. I don't see that news. So, if you guys could drop it in the Discord or something. Yeah, news is stupid. Just don't even look at the news. It just doesn't. 9 times out of 10, whatever you think about the news, it's the total opposite. So it's just better not to look at the news if you guys are going to do this, because you'll panic, you'll sell when you're supposed to be buying. Baidu looks pretty interesting. Just a little too close. Big Chinese company there. Moderna looks okay here. We'll add Moderna there. I like healthcare names right now. I think they look very beaten up. Again, if you look at Moderna here, okay, on the monthly, look at this thing. $500 all the way down to $226. Green dot on the monthly. Just got to be patient now. Okay, target would be up there at around 50. SEI looks pretty good. Others looks decent. Bonk. I don't know what it is about Bonk, but I like Bonk. That's one of my favorite memes. If I were to buy a meme outside a Trump coin, I would buy Bonk. I think this looks good. No data on the monthly yet, but that weekly looks really juicy here, folks. Really juicy. Okay, that weekly dot came back here in March at 0.00001. It went up 300%. Same thing. We got one right here. Boom, big move. So once we see these weeklies start to print, guys, and again, these are all going to be called out over here in the Discord. Boom. Okay, when they print, Bonk will show up over here. All these names are going to show up over here in the weekly alert. So again, we are in a time where people are giving up. People are quitting. People are going to go find the next shiny object. And these markets are going to bounce right back, and everyone's going to be excited again. I see it over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, I've done this for 8 years. I ran the Discord for 5 years. People quit right before it's about to go absolutely crazy. Okay, and all these charts are setting up super nice here. APT is another interesting name. I'd wait for the monthly on this one. We need to put that one back in the red list there. But on the next green dot there on the monthly, you can see where is this one bouncing at, guys? Where's this one bouncing at? Look at that. Where did this thing bounce right back here in 2023? $3. Where are we sitting? $3.30. We're bouncing on support. That is called a double bottom. Okay, that is called a double bottom. So I actually like APT. It's just not going to qualify because it doesn't have the green monthly, but as long as that thing holds $3, I think it looks phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. Okay, I'm going to put it in there just for... I think this one showed up earlier this month, too. So I'm going to put this one in here. I know we're kind of breaking the rules, but you guys got to take some other things into consideration sometimes. Look how low the wave is. Again, if we go back to Bitcoin's chart, where was the best time to buy Bitcoin? Down here. Down here. down here. You were buying it in 2015 at $300. You were buying it right here in 2019 at $4,000. $4,000 Bitcoin. You guys remember that? And you were buying it right here in 2023 at 20. So if you look at APT, same kind of stuff. Okay? All it's missing is a green dot. So that actually came this month. But again, with that big liquidation, that big shakeout, this is the big shakeout before the big pump, before you get one of these moves. In my opinion, I think they shook everybody out in October because everyone thought it was going up. Everyone was fully bullish. Everyone was thinking we're never going down. And I think these next 1 to 6 months are going to be absolutely insane. I think you're going to get a big explosive move to the upside for a lot of these altcoins. So I still like APT here. And like I said, you could set a stop loss if you want. Right there at like 280. 280 on the stop loss, and you're good. You don't have to worry about anything else. If that green dot pops above $3, this thing's going back to 10 to 12 bucks. Easy. Easy. Without a doubt. And again, guys, I just want to say I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube that likes to read charts. I do have a disclaimer over here. I'm not a licensed security guy or security agent or broker's dealer or anything like that. All of this is just for educational and entertainment purposes. I'm just here to share information with you guys, but also here to collect information from you as well. Again, we are a community. You guys share information with me. I share information with you. We all benefit, right? We're all working together at this to succeed as one, okay? It's a lot, like I said at the beginning, it's a lot better to win with people than it is by yourself. Okay, that's a fact. ENPH, this is a solar name we've been tracking. It's just not going anywhere, kind of a stealth phase. I don't know how I feel about the solar industry. That's why I haven't taken a stab at it. But if you believe in solar, I think ENPH is a good name. Mara looks good above 18. As long as it can hold on to 18, it looks good. I don't like that the MACD's coming down here. So I would definitely set a stop loss at 18 if you want to protect your capital. RVTY looks okay. I'd want to see a pullback on the wave back down here. Doge trying to turn the corner here as well. TAO building a nice base there. Not really my favorite for next week though. Solana looks good. Solana will qualify for the weekly favorites. So this one just has to hold on to 170. So if you guys don't know what a stop loss is, I would go look it up after this video, and you want to set one right there at 170 on this one. Okay, and again, pay attention to that weekly chart. If we can hold on to 170, Solana is still going to be bullish, but we need to break out over 200 here this weekend. We need to get over 200 here. That'll send us back to 240, 260. MSOS, this looks good for next week. This is a cannabis ETF. This one looks good as long as it holds on to $4. Monthly chart is green, so we are bullish on that one back to 7 to 8 bucks. XYZ looks boring. FedEx, no thank you. Apple, no thank you. IWM, no thank you. STLA, no thank you. INJ looks good. Again, all these crypto guys this one's back down to its April lows back here at 5. It went all the way up to 15. So this one is red here as well. But I would say as long as it can hold on to $7, it looks okay. Okay, I want to see that MACD cross. And I want to see a big move this weekend, guys. If we can get a big move this weekend, I think we're going to be okay. Okay, you can see we're right back down into our moving average here on the total 3. That blue line is normally where we will bounce in a bull run, and we're bouncing right on it right now. Okay, everybody who was supposed to be out of the markets is now out of the markets on that liquidation. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen. We saw the whole thing happen live a couple weeks ago. You guys should go watch that replay because it was crazy. It was wild. Okay, so again, when we are in a bull market, okay, we will normally bounce on the blue line. That blue line is a 180-day moving average. So a 180-day moving average is similar to a 6-month moving average. Again, we are 1 to 6 months out here, so we always want to keep track of where that average is. What is the average price over the last 6 months? That blue line will tell you. Okay? And again, that's the mean. So like I said, in a bull run, we will normally bounce on that line, on the mean. The mean is just another word for average. That's what that blue line is. And you could see, this is the altcoin index, the total 3. It's bouncing right there, baby. We're right on it. Okay, now we just need that explosive move to the upside, and you're going to see altcoins absolutely go bananas. So I'm bullish on alts right now, guys. I was neutral. I'm more bullish now than I was a couple days ago. Okay, I like the price action we've been getting. We're just consolidating. MDB's up in the red zone, not interested. XTZ looks good. Another name that's down here at the lows. I mean, this thing hit 50 and bounced all the way up to 120. I like this one. They actually pay an APY on Coinbase. LCX looks good too. Ooh, that one has a red. So if you're going to trade this one, so when you guys see a red dot come up, okay, that means you need to pay attention to where the support level is. The support level is going to be at the bottom right there of that green candle, which is going to be around 9 cents. Okay, bottom of the fib. As long as we can reverse here and go up this weekend, and next week we should be sitting back between 20 and 25 in no time. EQIX looks decent. SMCI has earnings next week. I'm not going to start a position on that going into earnings. Earnings is always a gamble. Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin's again bouncing on that average right now, that blue line. Okay, that is normally that support level we want to pay attention to. Okay, so these are big levels, guys. Crypto is testing big levels. We talked about this on Wednesday. I would just use a stop loss at Bitcoin at 103. If Bitcoin breaks 103, I think that thing will come probably back down to 80K. Shane, what's going on, brother? Amen, Jonathan. Every day's a gift, brother. Is CoreWeave a sell? CRWV? No, it's a buy. Look at that. Boom. I would buy that here, and I would use a stop loss at 118. That looks good. Oh, that weekly's interesting. That one needs to hold 118. I'd put a stop loss there. And again, guys, if you guys are watching the replay, 300 likes on the video. By Monday, I will give away 10 chain link. Just like Nightbot's saying there, 10 link. So if link hits $100 one day, you're going to make $1,000. So drop that, hit that like, smash that like. I appreciate you guys. I think we're at about 74 right now on the live. I know everyone can't make the live. That's why we have the replays available. You guys can watch every single replay over here in the latest tab in the Discord. Again, the Discord is free to join. You guys can check out every single live stream right over here. Adam looks interesting down here at, I mean, again, you're talking about 2020 lows, 5-year lows right now. The lowest price in 5 years. That's insane. And I think these guys pay a pretty crazy APY on Coinbase. Let me actually check what their APY is on Coinbase. Anybody know? I'm gonna take the high road, take the high road. Yeah, 16%. 16% APY if you guys stake that over there on Coinbase. 16% a year for buying it down here at 5-year lows. Then you simply just wait for it to go back up and you sell. So it's a red dot. Yes, it is concerning. But if you use a stop loss right here at 280, I think you're fine. Okay, as long as it holds 280, you're fine. Again, what I would revert you to is the weekly chart. That weekly chart will tell you the bottom, and I think that one bounces back to at least 6 to 8. Bought 15 what, Jeff? Did I cover UNH? Bitcoin back over 111. Love to see that. UNH has earnings next week, guys. Earnings next week, next Tuesday. So I wouldn't be starting a position here on UNH. We should have been starting one down here at 250. But earnings is always a gamble. I never like to buy something if earnings is like right around the corner, unless I feel really good about their earnings. UNH is not one of those names. Okay, you saw what happened to MOH. That's the one we bought on the dip. Okay, they missed their earnings and they dipped 20% in one day. But we bought that 20% dip. So if UNH next week sells off, right? If it sells off, we need to pay attention to that next week. Tuesday, earnings, UNH. Okay, Tuesday, guys, don't forget. So if that sells off next week, if it goes back down to 240 or 280, we want to be ready. We want to be ready to buy because I do like the monthly chart. I just want to see a sell off. If we can go back down to like $300, that'd be an amazing entry. Adam takes 25 days to unstake. Yep, that's typical. But if you think about it, all you got to do to unstake it, if you think it's going to absolutely fly, you can unstake it when you get the green dot to come back on the monthly, and then wait for that thing to unstake. And then boom, if it goes back up to 10.15, you could sell while collecting that 15% or whatever it is. Nice. That's a killer deal, man. I mean, staking is another way you could make money in crypto. It's like a dividend, right? They just pay you a dividend. WLK, another chemicals company. It looks good. It looks good above 68. I like this one. I decided to play that Dow company instead of this one, but I think the chemicals companies are going to perform really well here going into the next 6 months. But Dow is the same kind of company. They sell chemicals for like farmers and things like that. So WLK is another one of those companies. But I took Dow beside over WLK. I actually owned WLK for a minute, but I sold it. But I'm currently in Dow, but this one looks good too, right? Their monthly charts look phenomenal. Look at the last time we got a green dot was back here in 2020, 5 years ago at 49. It went all the way up to 160. So I like that one too. Eli Lilly looks okay as long as we hold 780. Cleveland Cliffs, just not a fan. PDD, no thank you. Home Depot looks good. Just need a green dot there on the daily. Not my favorite though. If you're playing that one, use a stop at 180. Is Rose? Wow, Rose is still actually green there on the monthly. What I watch for on Rose is a weekly now. Okay, we had our big liquidation event. To be honest, I just don't like that one that much. But if it bounces here, it needs to hold 0.015. Argen, another healthcare company with earnings next week. So next week's going to be big for healthcare companies. PFE also has earnings in 2 weeks. That's another healthcare name. We've been very bullish on healthcare names, guys. A lot of these names are showing green on their monthly charts. So again, we're bullish. The last time we got a green dot with a wave all the way down here was back in 2019, 6 years ago. Look what happened. Rip. So again, I know it's hard to take a longer term approach. A lot of us are watching the charts every single day. We see a red day, we panic, but we got to keep the larger picture in focus, right? We got to be looking at the longer term time frames. Where are we going to be at in 1 to 6 months? Not where are we going to be at tomorrow or next week or the week after that. Where are we going to be in 6 months from now? If this dot is green, more than likely we're going to be higher. WOK has earnings. Oh, that's good to know. Yes, they do. They have earnings next Thursday. Good call out. Thank you. MRK, another healthcare company here. Another one with earnings next week. So I don't want to tell you guys to buy before earnings because again, it's always a gamble. Normally, what I like to do, unless it's just perfectly lining up, is wait till after earnings to see if there's a big sell-off like we got on MOH. But man, this monthly chart looks phenomenal. It looks so good. Okay, I'm just going to put that one in the favorites just so you guys can keep an eye on it next week. FCX, not my favorite. Intel, this was one of my best trades of the year. We made like 400% on these options. We bought Intel down here off the green dot in the golden zone. It absolutely ripped. Okay, made like 400% on those options. But we're not buying it up here. We're just not. NVIDIA already bought. Okay, it's too late. AVNT looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Doesn't have the green monthly yet, so we got to actually take that off. But as long as it holds 30, it looks pretty dang good. What else we got? Rig. I didn't take this trade. I'm kicking my ass now for it, too. Wednesday, they got earnings next week. That had a nice pop. We were looking at that one right there at 3. It popped all the way up there to 4. Another one, you just got to watch earnings next week. So there's a lot of earnings next week, guys. So be aware. Okay, be aware of what you're holding. If they're reporting earnings, be ready. Be prepared. If you think it might dip, maybe you sell half and then wait till earnings to buy back in to see if it goes lower or higher. If it goes lower, you can get back in. If you're up a little bit going into earnings, not a bad place to take some profits. UPS, I just don't know how I feel about this company. It's green on the monthly, but I think they're going... I don't think they're going to be around forever. I think they lost their Amazon contract, so I think their business is failing. That's why their stock's so far down. But we're back here at 2020 lows, so the lowest price in 5 years. If you believe they're going to bounce back, again, I could be totally wrong about that. This looks like a really good place to buy it. MPC, I think we're a little too late on that one in the red zone. AMAT's in the red zone. TMO's in the red zone. So, guys, if a name is in the red zone, we're looking to sell on a red dot. So, TMO would be looking to sell on a red dot. AMAT, we're looking to sell on a red dot. Pepsi looks okay. JD looks good. You want to play a Chinese stock, play JD. Okay, green dots down here, looks good. Target's 45 on that one. DDOG. I'm going to actually look at JD options real quick. JD.com. Because all these other Chinese stocks, like Alibaba, look at this. They're just roasting. Billy, look at that. Ripsky. Okay, JD's lagging. JD is lagging. It hasn't got up to the red zone yet. I just want to look at the options real quick just to see if they're cheap. If they are, I might take a stab at this, but nah, they're not that cheap. They're not as cheap as I'd like them to be, which isn't a bad thing. That could mean the stock is going to move. Here's Datadog. Again, looking to sell this one up here in the red zone. Stop loss at 150. I'd sell that one on a red dot. CRM, still no green monthly there. Still no green monthly, but it did get the golden dot down here at 235, so it qualifies. Target's still 340 to 360. Arthur says, I'm gonna get your program. You're gonna buy the indicators. Good. What laptop do you suggest? I'm a Mac guy. I use Macs, but it works on anything, dude. I mean, you could buy a cheap laptop to start if you want. But typically, yeah, you really don't need anything, a fancy computer or anything. I like to use dual monitors, so I have 2 monitor setups. So if you want to look into how to set up dual monitors, I like to have 2 screens when I'm trading, just so I can trade on one screen and do analysis on the other. But yeah, I'm a Mac guy, so I would suggest a Mac. But you can start with a cheap computer from Walmart. All you need is TradingView, tradingview.com. I have the links to everything I use over here in the Discord under the Trading Apps tab. So you can get the indicator here, obviously. So that's going to get you all of our indicators, the trading layout. You can start your Coinbase account right here. You can start your Robinhood account right here. We trade stocks and crypto on Robinhood. We trade crypto on Coinbase. And then we look at charts on TradingView, tradingview.com. There's the link to that. That's my affiliate link. If you want to use it, you can. I make a little bit of money off it. Not really a big deal. You can just go to tradingview.com and create an account. So hopefully that answers your question, brother. JD didn't do anything today? Yeah. The reason I like it is because it's got green dots down here. It's in the bottom of the golden zone. And also it has a green dot on the monthly chart. So that's why I like JD. I actually like JD a lot. And again, it's a Chinese stock. And while every single other Chinese stock is absolutely ripped, like Alibaba, like Neo, like all these Chinese stocks have ripped, and JD has just done nothing. So that's why I like it. I like the green monthly. I like the fact that it's down here in the gold zone. It honestly looks like a prime time setup. So do they pay a dividend? Let me check if they pay a dividend. I think they do. Yeah, they do. So they pay a 2.95% dividend, and their price to earnings ratio was extremely low. They're a $55 billion market cap, so they're one of the biggest Chinese companies out there. So yeah, I'm adding that one to the favorites for sure. CRM looks decent. BLDR, is this one still green on the monthly here? It's got a red, so that one needs to hold 120. Not my favorite. BBIB, nah. Red zone on AOZ. I sold those USO calls that we bought a couple days ago, or I think a couple weeks ago. How much did we make on those? That was a 70% move there on those calls. I actually bought those by mistake and just decided to hold on to them, and they actually played out really well. Made around $5,200 on those. Those were for the 2026. Normally I buy options that are around 400 days out, and I actually bought the 2026s, but I decided to hold it and see what happened, and it played out very well. So again, if you guys want to learn how to buy and sell options, I have a course over here in the Discord as well under the options course. You guys can check that out. Cure, I still like this. I'd like to see it pull back. It doesn't look like it's going to. There's obviously a lot of healthcare earnings next week, so that's going to really move this thing. So if UNH decides to miss on their earnings or something, this could go down. The wave's just a little too far up here. I don't like it for next week. I'd like to see a dramatic pullback like this, like we got right there at 80. That was a good place to add. I like to buy on the daily, guys, when this blue wave is down here. Okay, if we're green on the monthly, okay, you should be in. Right, you should buy the day you get the green monthly dot, you should get in. But after that, you want to watch along the way for this wave to come back down here to take an entry. So I wouldn't add to this one. I would still be a holder of it. I would be a holder of it, and I'd be looking to add on any dips. Musty says XCN has 31% staking, and you could take out at any time. That's crazy. Adobe, ADB. That's green on the monthly. Let's go ahead and add that one in. Looks okay. I just think they have a lot of competition now. HP. Got some room. Not my favorite for next week, but target's still up here at 36. ATH. This is a new coin. It was all hyped up. Everyone was talking about it, right? Everyone was screaming about it up here in October, September. Everyone was saying it's the next Bitcoin, and look at that. It's sold all the way back off here. I actually like where it's sitting, though. It's right down here at support. You see, that's where it bounced back here in August. It bounced right here in September, and it's sitting right on that same level. So if you guys still feel the same way about this project, I think it looks like a great place to add. Wow, this actually does look very interesting here. I just want to look this one up and see what it is real quick. So if you guys are a member of the Discord, you guys have access to this research tool. So if you type in /info, hit enter, and then type in the ticker. So this is ATH. So it's a crypto. Hit enter, and it pulls up what it is and what it does. So it's a $421 million market cap. It's an AI-focused GPU as a service provider in the market. It's a decentralized cloud computing infrastructure that allows GPU providers to meet enterprise clients who need powerful 100S chips for professional AI/ML tasks. So it's like an AI play. I mean, if you like it, I mean, again, all the people on Twitter liked it up here at 7 cents. I told you guys, don't buy this thing up here. Red dot, okay? That's scary. Okay, when you're that far off of the average, remember we talked about that average here earlier? Okay, when you're sitting 40% off of the average, right, off of the mean is the average. When you're 40% off of that level, like this was, you don't want to buy. That's like buying your groceries at a 40% premium. Okay, we don't want to buy at a 40% premium. We want to buy around the average. So we're actually below the average right now. So actually we're right here on this one, it seems like. We're below the average, right? All the weak hands, they all got flushed out. So this is an interesting new play. Again, the new plays can turn out to reward you, or they can turn out to hurt you, right? It just depends on your time frame and how long you're willing to hold. But I think this one looks really interesting. I'm going to put this one on the favorites list for next week. HUM, this is Humana, another healthcare name up in the red zone, not interested. BTC.D, we want to see this one fall to the floor. ASML, we took this trade back here in August. That's 700, beautiful trade. We're out of that now. Up in the red zone, that one's out. CE, another healthcare name here. I think they're healthcare. They might be chemicals too. They might be a chemicals name too. Excuse my hiccups. /info CE. What do you guys got planned this weekend? I might go golfing one last time tomorrow. Okay, they're a chemicals company. I lied. They're not a... So again, these chemical companies, though, like you guys saw, right? Look how beat up these stocks are. All these chemical companies are in the gutter right now. Look at CE. In the gutter. Down from 160 all the way down to 42. That Dow trade that we took today, down from $70 down to 24. WLK, down from 160 all the way to 80. So if I'm going to invest in a sector right now in stocks, another one I'd want to pay attention to is the chemical companies. Okay, and those three that I just pointed out are some of the top ones. And I decided to take the trade. I'm going to hold this Dow one. The reason I like Dow is because they pay like a ridiculous dividend. I mean, their dividend is stupid. Okay, look at their dividend. Okay, I know they just announced that they're cutting it like in half, so it's going to be like 5%, but right now it's 10%. A 10% dividend. So I'm making 10% on whatever I put in, plus whatever the stock, if the stock goes back up to 40, okay, you're talking 60%. I'll take that all day long. I will take that all day long. So the chemical companies look really interesting, guys. I will say that. So CE, WLK, and Dow all look very good. Here's DR Horton. DR Horton looks good, still above 150. Nobody doing anything this weekend? I missed AEO from the list, did I? My bad. That one looks good. We got these buy signals back here Tuesday and Monday at 15. Target would just be up there between 20 and 22. Where'd we leave off here? Oh, NU. NU's in the red zones. We're selling a red dot. AMGN coming down there. Veil up in the red zone. Too close to the red zone. SLB. That was a nice trade off the gold dot here. We got in at 32. Got out around 36. Again, it's tapping that. So you guys can see. The reason I sold this today is because you can see how it comes into the average and then pulls back. Comes into the average, pulls back. It needs the breakout over that average to confirm the breakout. Okay, so I just wasn't sure if this was going to pull back. That's why I took my profits today. I do like the gold dot. If it does pull back to like 34, I might take another stab at it on the next green dot. But it did give our 4-hour alert today. So if you guys are not familiar with how to trade these alerts, I have a whole entire layout over here for you guys under the dots and signals. So you can see right here, 4-hour alert, sell or reduce your position by 25 to 50%. I'm sorry, 25 to 100% if it's in the red zone. So I decided to take profits on that. Again, we got in down here, sold up here. Okay, I'm okay with a 10% gain on a stock like this. So if it breaks out here and goes back to 44, I got to be able to live with that. Okay, but there is clear resistance up against this moving average. And until we break out of that, I'm not going to be convinced otherwise. Okay, but that, again, got rejected, getting rejected. Golfing, hopefully. Yeah, weather's starting to turn crappy here. We're on the West Coast, so it's getting a little chilly. And when I say the coast, I'm not like by the coast, right? We live out in the middle of nowhere, the sticks. XOM, it's got resistance. Just got resistance right there. So LMT looks good. I like this one on the pullback. Again, another name that green dot on the monthly. Green dot on the monthly. And now we're getting that pullback on the daily. So all we need on this one is that daily alert. Verhob says he's fed. Uh-oh. What's up with the government shutdown, man? You guys just aren't getting paid? That's crazy. I feel like when the government opens back up, all that money's just going to flow back into the markets. It's crazy to think about. It's been closed for like, what, 23 days now? Jeff says he's going to watch a whole lot of football and baseball. Oh, yeah, I think the World Series is tonight. My brother's leaving. He's going to Arizona here this weekend. Or he's leaving this weekend. He goes down there. He works on a golf course down there in the winters. Oh, I bet Texas is weird, man. I've always wanted to move to Texas. My wife just doesn't want to. HPQ. Slow Train says he's got a car show in the morning. Nice, dude. Fishing in the afternoon. Love it. Florida. What are you fishing for? HPQ. I don't know. I would have rather bought this one down here. It's still kind of in the same range. I don't know how I feel about that one. KHC. Ugh, God. This one's splitting companies. I don't know. I'd rather buy Campbell's Soup. CVX, no thanks. PBR looks good. I like this one. Another oil and gas company down here in the golden zone. Oh man, it's got a red dot on the monthly too. So we need this one to hold on to 1150. Okay, 1150 is going to be a big support for this one. Oil and gas is going to be interesting to watch next week. So if you buy that one, just use a tight stop there. You still have to work, but they're not paying you. So are they going to pay you for all this lost time? Are they going to pay like all the government workers for all the time they still worked and stuff when the government opens back up? CNC, I believe this is a healthcare company. Let me just double check on that. I don't want to give you guys false information. /info CNC. Yeah, they're healthcare. Okay. So they are healthcare. Again, another healthcare company that has just been absolutely demolished. Again, I like stocks that are beaten up, guys. Sectors like chemicals, like we're looking at today. Sectors like healthcare. They all look good. And this one's got a green dot on the monthly. So we'll go ahead and throw that one in. My healthcare plays right now are going to be... Do I not have a healthcare play right now? Oh, I have GDRX. I have GoodRx. I was in Cure. Oh, MOH is my other one. And BMY, Bristol Myers. Those are all healthcare names. And NVO. So I have about 4 of those names in my portfolio right now. I was playing that Cure ETF, but I took profits because I was up like 50%. Just wanted to hold some cash. I feel comfortable about having cash right now. If we get some crazy weird move, I'm going to have cash to buy. So I'm sitting about 20% cash right now. 20% cash. I locked my dogs out of my office today. I hope they're not tearing up my house. My wife gets back on Sunday, thank God. Never missed a full paycheck in 21 years. I bet people are going to get pissed off here soon if that's the case. JBH is not looking good. I don't know. Nail still looks good. I still like Nail. This is that home builder ETF. So as long as it can hold on to 60, I think it looks good. I would just watch this one for a daily dot, but I put this one on the favorites list again. It still has that green monthly. It just needs to hold on to 60. Target on that still 140 to 160. GME looks good. This one gave the signal yesterday. I wanted to buy it, but I just can't get myself to do it. It's just that thing that happened back in COVID was just absolutely insane. But it's setting up really nice here. You can see it's good support down here. Good support level, good support level. Green on the it's not green on the monthly, so it shouldn't even be on our watch list. So if you guys see a name on here that's not green on the monthly or a golden dot, just let me know, and I will correct it, because, again, I'm only human. GOES up in the red zone. We're selling that one on a red dot. SOUN just looks too high. EOG looks good. EOG, that one's also red, though, on the monthly. So we're taking some out. Here's True. And some of these coins just got annihilated. So this one's actually at all-time lows. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one off, too. Doing a little cleansing. STM. Okay, so these guys missed earnings. Well, they actually beat their earnings and sold off. So this is why earnings is always a gamble. But you should have never been taking this trade on STM because it was in the red zone before earnings. You should have sold this before earnings, and now you should be looking for a place to add to it. Yeah, that's a pretty ugly candle right there. So I would watch this one for a green dot on the month. I'm sorry, on the daily now. So if that comes down to like, it's probably going to try to bounce right here at 24. So I'd watch for the green dot on that one. I'll put that one on the favorites for next week. We just need the daily green dot. So far on the favorites, guys, from today, here's all the names. We got PIN, we got iRobot, we got XRP. Okay, all these names. I just posted this. So these are all my favorite setups for next week. Okay, just based on what I'm looking at, what I think. Okay, you guys do with it what you want, right? Always do your own due diligence. Don't just buy something because, I'm buying it. Try to do your own due diligence, do your own research, understand what and why you're buying it. But I just dropped that list right here. Okay, favorites from 10/24. You guys can click that link, and this updates in real time. Okay, you guys can see that every week. You guys can just save that watch list, and you guys can go back to it every single week. So I also dropped the green list. So again, the green list is just this list that we're going over today. These are all the names with green monthly dots. The majority of them have green monthly dots. Okay, and then the other list, this one is just my favorites from this list. Okay, I hope that makes sense. QNT, this is another ISO name here. So again, this one has a red dot on the monthly, so it shouldn't be in the green list. So again, we're not interested in ELF in the red zone. Not interested. ON, not really interested. COP though, this is another gas company I like. Let's play that one. They got the green dot there at around 86, and it's sitting at 88. So you still got some room to go on this one. I think that looks good for next week. Is it green? So it's showing red. So if you're gonna buy it, you need to make sure that support level holds. Right, this low right here, where we got that green dot, you need to make sure 85 holds. So if you buy it, use a stop loss at $85 or $84. Or sell it if you get a red dot. But I like COP. Another company that pays a pretty good dividend. HAL, nice move there. I don't like to buy something after it already goes up. We should have been buying right here on Monday. We want to buy the day of the dot. So the day of the dot, that was $21. It's sitting up here at 27. Tesla, we're sellers. Tesla's up here in the red zone. I don't care what anybody says. We're selling Tesla up here. We called Tesla out, guys, back here in March. That was right here at 230. People were laughing at us. Okay, we were getting roasted. Okay, and now they're all saying buy, buy, buy up here at 400. We were buying it down here at 200. So we're selling to them. All the people laughing at us down here, we're selling it to them right now. Sorry, that's just how it works. Couple more and I'll take some requests. If you guys got requests, go ahead and drop them in the chat right now. I'll take some live here after I get through these last couple names. WLFI, this is Trump's new, it's his new crypto company. It looks interesting. Okay, it looks interesting. I would buy this one more for the fundamentals than anything. If you think they're going to be a leading crypto company out there, then obviously I'd buy the stock. It did get the MACD cross over here, so up above 11 cents, I'd say it looks good. We got DraftKings selling off hard today. I would watch the weekly for DraftKings, but it looks like it has pretty good support right here at around 32.50. So there's a pretty easy stop loss on that trade right now at 32. So if you want to buy it, use a stop loss at 32. NFL's a big season for them. A lot of sports bettors. I hate sports betting. I tried it once, and it just ruined the game for me. So I don't swim in that pool. I think it's kind of like day trading. It's just stupid. And then ALK selling off on earnings. So ALK is another name that's sold off here. I still like the ALK trade. So you had like a company like AAL, American Airlines, going up off earnings, and a company like Alaska Airlines actually going down. Okay, this thing gapped down 6% today. So what I would do on ALK next week is I'd be looking for the weekly. So see it has support down here at 40. If it hits 40, let's buy that. But most importantly, let's just wait for that weekly dot to print there. And that's the watch list for today, guys. I'm just going to reshare this real quick just so you guys can see it over here. So you guys can come over here this weekend. You guys can look at these names. You can pull them up on the charts and do your own due diligence. Like I said, you guys can get all these indicators that we talked about today over here in the Trading Indicator tab. Just click on this link. It takes a couple of clicks, and everything loads back up. If you guys want feedback on the indicator, I mean, I'm as straightforward as they come. I'm a straight shooter. I'm never going to just feed you guys BS. You guys can ask our community about the indicators. I get messages every day of people thanking me for just sharing information, and I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I'm really passionate about it. It's one of my favorite hobbies, and I'm happy to have all you guys too, because it's fun to do when you have a community of people and we're all working together and we're on one same mission. So again, the LDD method, we're all based on logic, data, and discipline. No fluff, no hype, no nothing. Just data, logic, and discipline, baby. All right, let's see those chart requests here. We'll tap in with those real quick, guys. One thing we did do today, we did launch a new captain's rank. So there's only been one member rank now, so you guys can actually click on this link here now, and that's going to pull up. You guys can upgrade from a Spartan to a captain. You're still going to get all the features of the Spartan, but the captains, the captains will now get everything in Spartan. So you guys get all the trade alerts, all the watch lists, the 24/7 trade support, advanced analysis, giveaways, and more. $4 a month, guys, less than a coffee. So $30 a month is going to unlock that chart request thread. So like I said on Wednesday's stream, there's like 3,000 members now, right? 3,000 Spartans. So you can see there's a lot of chart requests that come in. So what I did is I made the chart request thread open to captains. So you will have to upgrade now if you guys want your chart requests covered on Wednesdays live. Yeah, you can see that you can see Frank and XPS. I can't say your name, dude. XPS X. I don't know. Drop some chart requests. So if you're a captain now, your name is blue. So it's no longer green, but it's blue. And you have the ability to drop requests here in this thread, and those will be covered on Wednesdays live. So if you have a chart request over the weekend or next week and you just want it covered, you might not be able to show up live on Wednesday, upgrade to captain and come drop it over here in the Discord. Okay, right in the chart request thread. So that's just one slight change. Everything else stays the same. In order to submit chart requests now in the Discord, though, you need to be a captain. That is the new rank. Okay, and we also have our own captain chat now. So if you guys are looking at Spartan chat here, it's pretty crowded, right? All of our chats get pretty clogged up now that we have 3,000 members, right? That's pretty typical. A lot of chat going on. So the captain rank is going to be more of an exclusive rank here for people. So we're going to have our own chat. You guys are going to get priority to support and replies, right? I'm going to check the captain chat before I check the Spartan chat. So again, with 3,000 people, and we're just growing. So if we get up to 10,000 people one day, right, it's going to be even crazier. So I'm having to add in these features and these subscriptions as we go. So I just wanted to make that announcement really quick. And again, if you guys are watching the replay right now, let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. Let me know what you think in the live chat. I'd love to get you guys' feedback. Again, nothing crazy, just the fact that the chart request thread is now just open to the captains. And that will be opened all week. So you guys can put requests in, and those will all get covered on Wednesday's live stream. So every Wednesday we go live at the same time, 2 p.m., and we cover your guys' requests over here. I'll also be taking requests from the live chat as well during Wednesday's live. But if you want yours covered for sure, I might not get to everybody's requests on the live chat, right? Because there's always a lot of chart requests and stuff coming in. Upgrade to captain, and yours will get covered first. And for sure, right? It will for sure get covered. So just wanted to make that announcement. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you guys rank up and join the rank of captain. All right, let's see those chart requests now here in the chat. We got one from Joe for, I'm going to go with Marlog first. Arweave, ARUSD, I believe that one is. Yeah, if you guys could just drop the tickers, it helps me out a little bit. Arweave, I would just wait for the weekly. That was a ugly liquidation there. But I would wait for the weekly on this one. What's that Storage A? These are all like... these are all storage plays. So Storage A, Arweave, and Filecoin all do the same thing. They're all in the same... They're a cloud storage company. So they're storing data, right? That's going to be needed in the future. So I like the sector. I decided to play Filecoin just because it's literally been around since 2018, and it's sitting at an all-time low. So I like AR. I think that's a good play for you. Ron says ILMN. And if you guys want to become a Spartan 2 on YouTube, you guys can hit the join button on this video. That's a separate membership. I'm actually going to go ahead and share this watch list with you guys as well really quick. So let me just go ahead and create a post. So I'm going to do this over here for you guys. So what you guys get when you join as a YouTube Spartan, maybe you guys don't want to join the... what is going on here? Maybe you guys don't want to join the Discord. You guys can still get these watch lists here if you're a member here on YouTube. So let me just go ahead and share this with you guys. Green list 10-24. So this is our watch list we're watching. Oops. And then the favorites list was right here. And you guys will get access to this as well. If you guys don't want to join the Discord, that's fine. I get it. I get having a lot of apps is annoying. But if you guys are a member on YouTube as well, actually, I need to go ahead and change the privacy of that. One sec here. So the members get access to this. I made this because I had a lot of people telling me, hey, I don't want to join Discord. So I made a YouTube. So if you guys are a member on YouTube, you will also get access to these watch lists that we covered here today. So you guys get that join button, and then you guys also get priority access to requests here in the chat as well. ILMN, I like this one. It looks like it's green here on the monthly, and it's just kind of ranging. So it looks really good as long as it can hold on to that $89 level. I'd put a stop loss at 89 and have a target of 140 to 150 on that one. Joe says CRML. Looks like we're at 87 likes right now, guys, on the live. So like I said, if you're watching the replay, I know you are on the weekend. If you're here, God bless you, man. I'm sorry you couldn't make the live, but smash that like. Let's get the 300 likes, and I'll go ahead and do a giveaway over here in the Discord for 10 chain link. 10 chain link for you guys. I'll pick someone in the Discord. We'll do another giveaway just like we did back here. Okay, we give away a lot of crypto over here and stuff. Just hit that like button. 300 likes. We appreciate you. This one's ran really hard, so hopefully you sold this one right here. Right there on that red dot around 28. I just would, if you want to play it, I would wait for a green dot here on the monthly. But again, hopefully you weren't buying it up here in the red zone. Okay, we want to buy down here. Right, green dots down here. Don't want to buy in the red zone. So we're going to avoid this one for a while. Wait for that MACD to reset. And, I mean, that was a monster move. So your profit taking opportunity on this, Joe, was right here. That was back there on Wednesday. Red dot in the red zone. You should have been selling. Shane says, only 87. Hit that like. Yeah. Yeah, the channel kind of falls off when markets go down, just so you guys know. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years. So, like that crypto dip, I mean, a lot of people just probably quit and gave up, and they're going to go do something else now. I mean, that's just the reality of how the markets work. Just how it goes, right? It's out of our control. Obviously, when we're in a bull run, people are liking the crap out of the video, right? They're excited. They're having a good time. But if you're going to be in these markets, guys, you got to be able to deal with pullbacks, with corrections. It's just, they happen. They're not, no one's immune to them. Where do you upgrade to captain? You could do that Down here, if you go to chart requests, just click on this link right here. So if you click on that link, that'll bring you to this Me6 page. Me6 is just what I use for the subscriptions. And there should be an upgrade button for you right here. If you're already a member, you should be able to upgrade right here. What else we got? Any more requests for today? BMNR. I just covered that, Ron. BMNR. This is that Ethereum holdings company. I'd say it looks good. I would just make sure it holds on to 39. Looks like a green dot's coming here soon. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. You could even set a tighter stop loss up here at like 46 if you want. 45, 46 to limit your risk. Target would be up here at like 120. If crypto pops off, you'll get 1K likes. Yeah. I wish I could just make the markets go up, but I can't. But I like it. I like that you guys are still around even when the market is down. I mean, that's what it takes, right? You got to be able to take the hits, like Rocky says, man. You can't just, oh, I failed. I'm gonna quit and go do something else now, because they're just gonna fail at that, and then they're gonna quit, and then they're gonna go do something else. And they're gonna fail at that, and they're gonna quit, right? It's just how it goes. I failed so many times over the last 8 years. I wasn't a profitable trader. It took me 5 years to finally be profitable. 5 years of failing, losing money. And then I finally got it. I figured it out, right? At least I came up with a strategy that works, right? And now I'm just sticking to it, staying disciplined, and nothing changes. If the market dips, we don't react. We don't react right away. We give it time. We let it play out, and we just let the trade come back to us. Warren Buffett says if your stock goes down 50% after you buy it, you should be happy. You should be happy to buy more. XYO. Looks good. Nice little pump today. No green monthly yet, though, so I think it looks good. I mean, you're sitting at a 2-year low right now, so I would just look for the green monthly there, but I had a pretty nice move here today. I don't know what's going on with it. Up 9% today, so target would be up there at 2 cents. Telcoin. I got time for a couple more. XCN. I got time for a couple more, then I got to go feed my dogs. They're scratching on my door. No green monthly yet, so I'm going to revert you to the weekly here. I would use the weekly here on XCN or the monthly, whatever one you want to use. You want to wait for one of those signals to pop. There was a lot of hype around XCN up here at 5 cents. You guys remember? Again, that's how it works. Everyone, oh my God, XCN's the greatest coin ever. It's going to be the next financial system. Now it's just crickets, right? Look at that. They just killed you guys. So, again, you need to wait for a macro signal, either on the monthly or the weekly. SMCI reports earnings. Yep, lots of earnings coming out next week. Coke for earnings? Or Coke for puts? I guess that'd work, but they got earnings. So if they beat their earnings, it should pop. So I wouldn't buy earnings here. Slow Train says, for a righteous man may fall 7 times and rise again, but the wicked shall fall into calamity. What's calamity? Define calamity. Fall into distress. I love that, dude. I love that. I'm going to share that in the Discord, dude. That's money, bro. Keep that coming. Boom. For a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again. You guys see that? The righteous man. Okay? He's going to fail. We're all going to fail in life. Over and over and over and over again. But what do? We get back up. We don't cry. We don't quit. We don't give up. Right? If you're wicked, you're going to fall into distress. That's what calamity means. Okay? I just looked it up. An event causing great or sudden damage or distress or a disaster. Right? We don't react emotionally. Okay, we're all based on logic, data, and discipline here. I love that quote. I love that verse, man. That's beautiful. The wicked shall fall into distress. Okay, we fail, we get up. That's what we do here as Spartans, folks. I wouldn't buy it till you get one of those signals, buddy. Trouble. Slow says it means trouble. GRR. Gorilla Technology. This one's just going sideways right now. It's an AI company, kind of just flattening out. It's really flat right now, so if you want to buy it, I would buy it based on the fundamentals, not the technicals, because it hasn't gone anywhere since April. Just kind of gone sideways. And Fee? What's Fee doing? Fee looks good as long as it can hold on to 118. It got that golden dot. What I'm looking for is a monthly here. But up above 118, it looks decent. It needs to hold that if you think it's going to reverse here. I'm watching for the monthly on that one. Yeah, you upgrade to captain over here. So if you come here to become a member, you click this link right here. It's going to pop this up. This is just going to ask you to subscribe to the Spartan rank at the beginning. I want people to start out as a Spartan first. But if you exit out of this, you hit the X, you'll be able to see the captain rank right here. So you just click on subscribe or upgrade, whatever one it gives you. And that's it for today, folks. So, yeah, if you guys need me, hit me up over here in support chat. We do have a support chat. We have a team over here ready to help you. We'd love to have you on the team. If you guys are already in, God bless you guys. I love having you here. It's been awesome. It's been an awesome year for us. And it's just getting started, man. It's never over. We're always here, right? The market just keeps going. It never quits. It never stops. It's a mechanism that is constantly moving. So our goal is to not react emotionally. It's to react logically, okay? Again, I try to hone that in. Logic, data, discipline. That's what we do here. If you guys need me, hit me up. If you haven't checked out the trading course yet, it's completely free. Go check that out. Like I said, if you guys need anything, my email is also right here in the server rules tab. You can hit up support right here, or you can email me under the trading indicator tab. If you guys have questions about the indicators or anything else, my email is right there. That's all I got for today, folks. Again, 300 likes on the video by Monday, and I will be giving away some free crypto over in the Discord. So with that being said, God bless you guys. We'll see you on Wednesday for Wednesday's live stream. Make sure you guys get your chart requests over here in the Discord. For that, we will be answering all of those. Make sure you upgrade to captain. Get your chart requests in. We will be answering all those on Wednesday for you guys. We'll be live here 2 p.m. Pacific time right here on YouTube, just like we are every Wednesday and Friday. With that being said, God bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you over here in the Discord throughout the week. God bless.